Hey Lyle, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. NC Prospectors, hello. As you can tell, we have a box of uncirculated quarters. Uncirculated. We have a box of circulated quarters. That's what I meant to say. I was supposed to be doing a nickel box hunt today, and you get to see my face today too. We were going to be doing a nickel box hunt with Sir Benji. It was going to be a box battle between me, him, and the pizza guy. And Sir Benji came up sick this morning, so we have to reschedule that. So I figured I'd go to the bank, get some coins, picked up a box of quarters, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to hunt them. So let me move this out of the way a minute. And let's see if we can find some goodies. I need a screwdriver. There we go. Alright, get this out of the way. Doing things a little bit different today. I have a light set up to my right side. Still, I see a shadow on the mat, which I'm not too happy about. Obviously, I'm showing my face today. Going to try to pay attention to the chat some more today, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me adjust my seat, and let's go. How's everyone doing today? I was a little tired this morning. I had a concert that I worked last night, and I didn't get home till kind of early in the morning today, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to be looking at a few different quarters today. Some of the ones we've talked about before, the errors on them, so I'm not going to go over all of them again, but there'll be some repeats. Well, you'll see me posting some of these up on the left here that we're going to take a look at. 93. I think a lot of people are at the coin show. Where is it, in Oklahoma? I'm doing great. Gotta go out and then, oh, 90 degrees. We've been lucky so far. It's probably high 70s, low 80s here. So that's good and it's bad at the same time, because I do have a swimming pool, and unless I heat it up, it's a little too cold to go in. Plus, Jersey Silver Stacker and Bionic Bull 88 are always at my house, because Jersey Silver Stacker is my son, and they're both at camp right now, so there wouldn't be anyone to really go into the pool with except my son Yoshe, who is home with me today. So as you can see, we're putting up quite a few quarters just in roll number 1. And what I'm going to do is, after every 10 rolls maybe, we'll look at some. Unless I find something that truly amazing that I want to show you and I just can't wait. The ones that I'm putting up in the right hand corner, you guys can't even see the right hand corner. Let me see if I can show you. The right hand corner over there, those are going to be your 2019-2020 quarters. So I'm not looking to see if they're dubs. We'll find out together. If we get a decent amount of people in the stream, by decent I mean like, 10, 15 people, we'll give out rolls like we normally do. And yeah. Hudson did a live update a few minutes ago. Yep. He was showing the tables all set up. Wish I could be there. Yeah. Quite a few people are actually going to that show. And I think Walker Magnet was headed down to that show as well. I think maybe he was taking up some of the space at Pa's Spare Time's table. But I know he was talking about going down there as well. A little too far from New Jersey for me. We'll see, we'll see. There's some coin shows here in New Jersey that I was thinking about checking out, but I still think the best deals to buy coins is off Instagram. I know that's where Jersey Silver Stacker gets most of the silver rounds that he buys. And yeah, I think that's really your best bet. The thing is, when you buy it off Instagram, you have to ask for references. If you don't ask for references, you're just kind of gambling, and that may not be your best interest. Ooh, what is this? Well, it's a dirty one. We'll take a look at it anyway. Kansas quarter. So I'm already in my second row of quarters that I'm going to be checking out for errors. So that'll give you an idea as to how many I check. And like I said, I'm not even putting up some of the ones that we normally go over. I am trying to show you guys some new possibilities today. And there's still some that I'm passing on. Second row is filling up quickly. So guys, I've been watching. Hey, and I'm crazy. How you doing, honey? There's two channels that I've been watching that have really been helping me out with the quarters, errors, and that sort of thing. Is oh god, I'm gonna mess up his name. Original ATOGS Coins. That's one of them. And what was the second one? The second one will come to me. Salts. I'll think of it. I'll think of it. But there's two awesome quarter channels out there, and Original ATOGS Coins has been really helpful, teaching me something like almost every video that I watch, and like I've been binge watching his quarter videos. I think his playlist is like 30 hunts long, so I think I'm at like 15 now. I'm doing well, Anna, thanks. Yeah, it's the summertime for me, so I have some more free time, and just looking over some coins here, showing some errors. We've been doing this a couple times now, and trying to show some new coins today that we haven't gone over. We'll probably go over some repeats just because there's a lot of errors to look through, but you'll see me moving quarters up to different spots on my mat. And why am I not? Oh, there it is. And those are the quarters that we're going to be taking a look at in a little bit. I have a question for everyone in the chat so far. What is your favorite coin denomination to check out? 17 hours to get to Tulsa. It would take me a long time too. I'm not sure how long it would take from New Jersey, but I think I can really only drive about like 7 hours at a time before I start getting too tired. And Jersey Silver Stacker doesn't drive yet, although he should, but that's a different story. He has a little bit of a learning disability, so it makes driving tougher for him. So he's a little anxious about getting behind the wheel, but we'll get him over it. My wife, she doesn't drive unless it's local. So if we go anywhere that's, far away, I unfortunately have to do all the driving. Wow, we are almost through two rows. Now we are through 2 rows of possible quarter errors to look through. And still adding. Third row just started. There are so many errors to look for that, in a $500 box, if you sell on eBay, I think that if you take your time and you take good pictures, you could definitely get $100 to $200 worth of errors in every box. Hey Scott Teskey, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I strongly believe $100 to $200 worth of errors / W quarters / silver can be found in every box. It just depends, you know, do you want to invest that time? Are you good at taking pictures? Basically, once you have your eBay auction set up, it's a lot of copy and pasting. I like to hunt quarters or cents or nickels. I'm not choosy. I like hunting pennies, yeah, cents, whatever you want to call them. I like hunting them as well. I actually went to the bank today and I got a box of quarters, a box of nickels for the nickel hunt that we were supposed to have, and a box of dimes. I never really liked dimes so much, but lately we've been finding a decent amount of silver dimes, so that kind of has changed my mind a little bit. What do you guys think about the new setup with, you know, you seeing my face and you seeing the coin mat a little clearer maybe? In a little bit we'll go over the errors and you'll see the coin scope up close. Let me know if things are getting a little better, if you like the way things were. My next thing I want to add is music. I was talking to Walker Magnet and he was the one that suggested putting my face up on the screen, and he's like, you know, he thinks that you can identify with the person doing the stream better if you see their face. So I was like, all right, you guys want to see my face, then we can do that, no big deal on my end. Are there any errors that you guys want to talk about that you want me to make sure that I pull, or you want to just leave it up to me? One thing I would like to learn more about, definitely, and you guys could definitely help me, especially if Shannon Smith was in the chat, is double dies. Double dies and strike throughs. Those are like two topics that I've been doing a lot of research on eBay, and hopefully that research is going to pay off soon. Wow, we are in our third row of possibility quarters, so quickly running out of space. That's why you might not see me searching the quarters on the mat. Scott Teskey, no music unless you have to on a really low level. Yeah, I agree with that, Scott. It's just, you know, sometimes, especially with my live streams, is I don't get a lot of people into my live stream yet because I'm relatively new at doing it. And so sometimes, like the other day, it was Dad Spare Change and me. That was it. So I was like, wow, I don't want him to feel the pressure of having to like chat with me all the time, so just play a little music. Oops, that didn't work out too good. Play a little music in the background just to keep me going. Had a little coin spillage. I think we got them all. All right. Yeah, a little soft music, just, you know, something a little relaxing, just to break up the silence sometimes. Who are some of the favorite channels that you guys go to? Because I'm always looking to, you know, check out new channels and learn things from people I haven't maybe checked out before. I mean, I'm sure we watch some of the same channels, but I'm also trying to hunt coins a little bit faster. I don't want it to be like painfully slow for you guys. I know, you know, a lot of people play the slot machines and, you know, the different games on different channels. I'm not at that level yet. I don't have that much technical skills to get that yet, but I'm working on it, talking to people. I just kind of work around their schedule. A lot of people were going to the show, so they said that they would help me, but we gotta wait for them. All right, Texas. All right, so let's talk about some of the quarters that I've pulled so far. Pulled the 2022 Washington Crossing, the Delaware one, the Teddy Roosevelt one, the state of Iowa. What is this one here? This one is Ozark River. We're going to talk about that one. Arches, the Maya Angelou rather. Who's this? This is the Anime Wong. We're going to talk about Bessie Coleman. We're going to talk about Cumberland Island, George Rogers, Kansas State Quarter, Frederick Douglass, the 2009 Duke Ellington, Connecticut State, Tuskegee, who's that? South Dakota, Cumberland Gap, Utah, Delaware, Kisatchie, Colorado, Fort Moultrie, and who's this? This is Nina Otero Ward. So those are the quarters I've pulled so far, and that's only the first 5 rolls. Science Silver Stash lighting up the board. Hello, hello. Hey, new Marshall in town. Thanks for stopping in. Let me just catch up here with the chat a minute. You should make a digital list of quarter errors. I would pay for it. You don't have to pay for that, new Marshall. I actually have made my list up. I just have to type it up. And what I plan on doing is when I make just like a quick 10-roll quarter hunt video, I'm going to post it in the description of those videos. So yeah, I don't mind sharing my error list with everyone. Not a problem. I know Georgia Silver Stacker has a list of errors that he looks for, but while mine and his are similar, I think I go into a little more detail and I talk about more quarters than he does. I basically, what I did was I took all 50 states and I put them in alphabetical order, and I went through eBay and I went to see like what sells from Alabama, what sells from Alaska, and so on and so on. So I did that with all 50 states, and then I just continued on with the most recent quarters. So I'm through 2023. Why can I never find this Bessie Coleman? There we go. Bessie Coleman piling up so far. Yeah, no, believe me, guys, when I say my goal is to just educate people and hopefully, you know, you find these errors and then you can like put them on eBay and make money off it, nothing would make me happier. Some of the quarters that I'll be talking about have errors in the $10 to $20 range, and people who just hunt for, you know, silver or W quarters, like Jersey Silver Stacker, my own son, he doesn't look for errors. He might be throwing away, you know, quarters that are pretty valuable, but to him, he's not interested. It does take up considerable time looking for these errors, and some people have the time and other people don't have it. So that's the way it is. I think it's amazing that we're through 6 rolls, and in some of these cases I already have like 7 examples to go through. depending on where you live, I think some quarters you see more of than others. For us, for the 2020 quarters, we see a ton of Salt River Bay. But I'm sure in other areas, they probably don't see Salt River Bay. If we get to 25 likes today, we'll be doing a giveaway. And hopefully, if we find silver or a W quarter, we'll be doing an end of stream as well. But first things first, let's get to the likes, let's get to double digits and see what we can do. I think so far our best stream had 26 likes. So it would be nice if we could come close to that, if not beat that. But, you know, people have things to do. I appreciate you all just stopping in, hitting the like button, spending a few minutes with me, asking me a few questions. That's how we all get more knowledgeable. Yeah, absolutely. I plan on going through a lot of coins this summer. A lot of coins. And my goal is to try to make a video every day. That may not happen because sometimes I have concerts that I have to work. But even if I don't have time to like live stream, I plan on doing those like 10 roll hunts real quick. Guys, I'm in my 4th row of things that I want to show you. Pretty sure I haven't duplicated any. There's just so many things to check out. Some of these areas, like I said, are worth only a couple bucks on eBay. Others are worth significant money. Sometimes I just don't see the quarter. I'm pretty sure I put one down, but alright, just make another spot for it. I'm also going to be doing, oh, by the way, I don't know if Mike Shalais is in the chat yet, but Mike Shalais and, oh God, I'm horrible with names. One of our other listeners heard me saying that I'm putting together a penny album, and I'm having a lot of trouble with the deminted pennies from the 80s and 90s, like finding nice examples of them. So 2 people have already said, hey, you know what, make a list, or, you know, I don't even need a list, I'll just send you what I have. And it was really cool. I haven't received them yet, but they said they're on the way. So some deminted pennies coming my way. But what I plan on doing is making a list of the Wheaties that I need as well. And I want you guys to do the same with me. If you need coins, you know, as long as they're not like, you know, expensive key date coins, if I have them, I'll put them in your wallet. You know, once you establish a wallet with me, say, hey, you know what, I need a 1955 S nickel. Okay, if I have it, I'll throw it in. That's what's great about YouTube. We can help each other build our collection. I'm always open to trades, so like I have a little bit of everything. I have war nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, 90%ers, silver rounds, silver certificates. Try to dabble a little bit in everything. Copper pennies, wheat pennies. I have it. So if you're looking for something and you want to trade, or you just want like a tube of war nickels, let me know. We can work something out. Wow, there's so many quarters that sometimes I have trouble finding them myself. As I said, after we get through 10 rolls, we're going to put some of these under the scope and see if we found any good ones yet. I don't see this one. All right, put that down for now. I really want to find one of those 2022 Washington Crossing, the Delaware errors. I think that would be cool. Not the small one. I don't want the small one. I want the big crown one. I want to show you that Iowa quarter. It's got some cool doubling that you guys will probably know more about than me. Alright, I don't think I have much more room on my mat, so we're gonna have to work with this list right here. We got 4 rows of possibilities. Anything else is gonna have to wait till next hunt. Maybe that got you. So unfortunately my eyesight seems to be getting worse. Soon I'm going to probably have to wear glasses or contacts or what have you. But hey, High Pockets, how you doing, bud? Goes Nancy T. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. We're going through a box of quarters. In 2 more rolls, we're actually going to put some under the scope, and I'm going to show you what we're looking for. So just be patient. I'm trying to do every 10 rolls, and then stopping after the 10 rolls and looking for the errors then. I have not looked to see if we have any 2019-2020 quarters. I wanted to do that. We have 2019-2020 quarters. I want to see if we have any Washington, oh my goodness, any W quarters. That's what I'm trying to say. I haven't looked yet. I want to look with you. These quarters that I'm putting up to my left are just quarters that we're going to check for errors. And the ones that I'm putting off to my right are the 2019-2020 quarters. So as you can see, I probably have about 50 quarters up here on the mat so far that we're going to check for errors. We may not check all of them right now, but we'll do a percentage of them. I would love to find a strike-through error. I think that would be pretty cool. Connecticut's are really building up. Does anyone collect bicentennial quarters? Hey, Johnson Family Adventures. Hello, hello. If you do not put out a list, I will put out a list of these. We'll give them away as a lucky coin. With oh, okay, cool, cool. Gladly looked. Thank you, thank you. I have a. I'm pretty sure I put my list of Wheaties together. I just have to find it. I wrote it in a notebook, and I have a decent amount of them. I probably have over, I don't know, 3,000 wheat pennies. So over the course of finding 3,000 wheat pennies, you do find a lot of different years as well. But again, it's the deminted pennies and the S-minted pennies that are giving me a lot of trouble. Not even necessarily key dates, just we don't see a lot of deminted and S-minted pennies here in New Jersey. As a matter of fact, I know some of you guys hunt half dollars, and people are talking about, you know, like the DDOs and the DDRs and that sort of thing, possible change. He took a lot of time to try to explain to me, you know, what to look for as far as the DDRs go and the DDOs. And I would say, honestly, in a box of half dollars, when we're talking about the 1974 DDO, I probably get like 4 or 5 in a box. That's about it. All right, last roll, and then we will look for some errors, and I'll change our picture over to the coin scope, and we can see what's going on. So that way I can free up some space on my mat as well. The beautiful thing is once you learn where these errors are, it literally takes you just a couple seconds to see if it's there or not. Frederick Douglass. I don't see him, but I know I put him. Nope, that's on him. Alright, Frederick Douglass, we'll have to give you a new spot. Don't see him. Kasachi, just saw you. I probably have too many on my mat. It's taking me too long to try to find them now. I don't want to waste time. Homestead. Shannon Smith is getting a full roll of Homestead to go through because he collects the DDRs, the double dies, and I don't really see him that well, to be honest with you. And we had one stream and he was trying to teach me about them, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to send you a whole roll. It's going to be $10 for the roll. You can throw me whatever you want back. You want to throw me a couple extra bucks, that's great. Cover the shipping. I'm not looking to make a huge profit off him. I want him to be happy. I want him to come back to the chat and educate me more about quarters that I don't know. This isn't a money maker for me. This is like, yeah, add to my silver stack, yes. That I don't mind doing. Add to my W collection, yes. But as far as making money, selling rolls and stuff like that, maybe someday, but not right now. Alright, we are almost there, peeps. Let me clear this these quarters off and we'll switch over and see what we can find. Going to the coin scope. Let's get rid of that part. There we go. Alright. First, let's talk about this guy here. This is Shawnee, right? 2016 Shawnee. So what you want to do is you want to look on top of this big boulder here. Sometimes there's an extra piece of metal. And you also want to look at the bird. I don't see any extra metal on either one of those spots. So in it goes. This is one we talked about before, Kasachi. You want to look at the neck area, you want to look at the claws, and you want to look at the tail. Frederick Douglass, you want to check out his shoulder, his jacket, his lapel, if you will. Also, you want to go up here on the roof and check for any extra pieces of metal. Homesteads, I'm not going to talk about because I'm just going to put them to the side for Shannon to look at. Arizona, I will talk about them. We want to talk about the date, the initials, follow the cactus all the way up. Check out the 1912 part and the Arizona part. Let's move on. Same quarter, same results. Same areas to look at. What is this one? This is Blue Ridge Parkway. I don't know why I pulled this one actually. I wasn't planning on talking about it. But what I do is I go to Unum and then I go up to this first leaf here. And sometimes there's extra metal on that leaf. It's called the it's called the caterpillar error. I don't see it on that one. What is this year? 2018. This is the Voyager. You're looking at the duck's wing to see if there's extra metal there. Also, you can go around the outer edge of this quarter, and there are cut errors that are listed on eBay. And if you find one of those, you're talking some pretty nice money. Next is your 2008 Alaska quarter. I look at the date. Sometimes in those 9s they are filled in, and sometimes the bottom part of that 5 is also has a bird's nest in it. Then I go over here and I check out the words, the great land, and I don't really worry about the extra claw. That's something I don't look at. Cumberland Gap. I'm checking 2016 Cumberland Gap. Checking the hat, and then I follow the coat down, 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 and no extra metal. If I'm going too fast, please let me know. If you have any questions on any of these coins, please let me know. Okay, next let's talk about the Wilma Mankiller quarter, 2022 I believe, right? So there's a few areas to look at here. We can look at her hair, maybe a small die chip right there. But the one you want to kind of look at is, it starts over here by America, and it's a die crack that runs through the quarter, through the star. You also want to check out the star for die chips. Okay. You can check out any of these letters. The other day I saw one on eBay. It was on the I in Wilma. But any of these letters could have die chips. Okay. Flip it over. Look at the nose, look at the mouth. The Drooling George era, I don't even really look for, but as long as I'm looking for the nose wart, I might as well look at the mouth as well. Okay, so that's Wilma Mankiller. How come when I do a live stream, I never find the errors? When I'm hunting by myself, that's when I find them. Looking through the die cracks. Again. Same letters. Now I don't check for doubling on any of these letters. That's something I don't do. I just kind of give it a quick look. I'm looking for a major error. Major errors on this quarter go for hundreds of dollars. So someone like Jersey Silver Stacker, my own son, who doesn't even look for errors on this quarter, is foolish. A couple seconds, that's all it takes. And if it had that major error, you almost paid off your whole box of quarters. Okay, next, a quick one. This 2007 Utah. Checking the 8, the 9, and the 6. Checking to see if any of those are filled in with metal. Work your way down to the bottom. Do the same thing for the zeros. Now go over to the train itself, the caboose if you will, and sometimes there's extra metal on top of the caboose, sometimes it's on the side of the caboose. Flip it over. Sometimes the B in Liberty is going to be filled in or just like destroyed. Sometimes there's extra metal between the I and the B in Liberty. And then while you're there, you might as well check out In God We Trust. Okay, same quarter. So we'll start at the top. 1896 looks good. Go to the side, go to the top. Go to the date. Flip it over. Okay, there you go. What do we got? 2007 Wyoming. Check out the date. Check out the hat area. Follow it along, down under his armpit, through the tail, to the butt, to the legs, down here, and the handle, if you will. Check out the 2007. Time to move on. These quarters have errors in multiple spots. That's why you can't just check one spot. Now a quarter like this, you see how like dirty this quarter is? So even if it had an error, it probably wouldn't be worth very much. It would have to be a major error on this quarter for me to pull it. If it was just a little die chip, I probably wouldn't even waste my time. 2007, underneath, checking it. Some people will check out the letters. I never have seen an error in that area. Okay. Next is the 2018 Apostle Islands. Apostle Islands, yes. First area that you want to check for is underneath this guy's armpit. You want to check on top of his hat. And the third spot you want to check is in between those two trees under the S and the L in Island. After you've checked those three spots, you can go down a little bit more, and sometimes there's a big piece of extra metal there. They call it like an extra boulder. What is this? 2017 effigy mounds. Check underneath the bellies and the legs of these sheep, I guess you could say. And this manta ray, stingray, whatever. I think it's a manta ray. Maybe it's just a stone. I don't. Effigy mound sounds like a stone, but looks like a manta ray to me. So looking for extra metal. That quarter was kind of disgusting anyway. Again, quickly look. It's either there or it's not, right? So a couple seconds, boom, it's not there. Move on. This is a quarter you want to take your time with. It's the 2005 West Virginia State quarter. You want to check the date, of course, but really what you're looking for, you want to rotate this quarter all the way around. You're looking at 9 o'clock, which we already passed, and we're quickly coming to 3, 4 o'clock on the quarter. If there's a cut error on this quarter, it's worth anywhere from $10 to $20, depending on how big it is. Sally Ride, we've known about this for a while, 2022. So you're looking for die clashes between, like, see, like her jaw and her, we'll say, her left shoulder. And then you want to see over here as well, there should be a die clash, if it's going to be there or not. You also want to check out this U in pluribus to see if that U is messed up. Flip it over. You want to check out for the nose wart. Looks like maybe something's about to start on this quarter. Look for the drooling George, and you want to look in this area between the neck and the ear, and down even a little further down the neck of George Washington. Sometimes there's a strike through on this quarter. Hey Scott S, how you doing, bud? We're just going over some quarters here. So far we haven't really found any to discuss as far as, you know, visible errors that I can show you. I could pull ones out of my own collection, but we're going through a box of quarters trying to find some without any luck so far. But quarter errors is like fishing in a way. You have to put in the time. If you put in the time, you will eventually get rewarded. We're just checking the outer edge of this quarter. We're looking for a cud. This is a cut error that's worth $10 to $20 all day on eBay. All right, now we go to this one here. And here, it's going to be minor die chips in the name, Nina Otero Warren. You want to check out just really any of these letters could have the doubling. Not the doubling, die chips rather. Some people say there's some die chips in her face. I have yet to find them. You want to check out these letters as well. Okay, sometimes there's die chips. You always want to flip over your 2022s. You always want to look for the nose wart. You always want to look for the drooling George. If any of you know any other areas of these quarters that I'm talking about that I haven't mentioned that there's errors, please let me know. Find any W's yet? Scott S., we are going to be checking that out together like within the next couple minutes. So I don't know yet, to be honest with you, because I pulled a bunch of them off to the side. Oh, there is another error on this quarter. It's on the flower. It's kind of like between the E and the R on that first flower. Even I think it could be over the D and dollar. And again, it's similar to the Blue Ridge Parkway era in that it looks like a caterpillar, basically. I've never found that one, but I saw it on eBay. This quarter, unfortunately, although it has a few errors to look for, all are relatively minor. So in a minute, we're going to check out those W quarters. We'll take a break from this since we're not really finding anything. I want to keep people interested in the stream as much as I can. I should be checking the other side of these quarters too for the nose error that I was talking about. All right. Let's check out and see if we got any luck with the W's. So the first one we're going to check out, we're going to do all the 2019s first. 2019 low quarter, you want to check out her hair. We might as well talk about errors in the meantime. You want to check out her hair for dye chips. There looks like a dye crack going through her hair right now that I see. Follow that down to her elbow. Sometimes, depending on your lighting, you might have to rotate the quarter a little bit, but sometimes there's a dye chip and dye crack going down that part. You want to check out the wheel. And the last spot you want to check for is this bell tower that seems to be having something going on inside that tower as far as the dye chip goes. I like finding the dye chips hanging off the side of the bell tower. So like to me, this is not a keeper so far. I would just like throw it back. However, that could change if this was a W, but it's not. So I'm going to toss that one back in. Next, let's talk about War in the Pacific. Another 2019. If you look underneath the gun right here, we can see a dye chip between his two hands. Right underneath the rifle, you can kind of see the extra metal. Again, this is just a minor dye chip, really nothing to write home about. Flip it over, of course, to see if you have a W. We're going to cut to the chase on this one. No W there. All right. This is the one we want. This is the one, America Memorial. America Memorial Park. You want to check the tops of the flags. Sometimes there's extra metal on those. But this is the W quarter that you want, still worth $30 to $40 on eBay. Unfortunately, we have a P. All right, we got the no river of return. Looking for a boulder to the left of the point of the boat. No boulder there. P. Same spot. No error. P. One more time. W. That's what we're talking about, people. Right there is why we hunt quarters. That's a $10 to $15 quarter right there. That to the common person who doesn't know anything about quarters, they want a soda, they put this quarter in a soda machine, they get their soda, they're happy. Me, I'm happy that I looked through these quarters because now I have a $10 to $15 quarter. On a good day, it might even go north of $15. So that is why we're hunting quarters. This is what I want you to learn. Check your quarters, your 2019s, your 2020s. Check them to see if you have a W quarter before you throw it in the Coke machine. What is this? This is just a dirty quarter. But I'll still check it. P. Okay. So those are all the 2019s. Let's see if we get lucky with any 2020s. Okay, now we are talking about 2020. We're talking about the National Park, America Samoa, I think it's called. Where is it? Sorry, guys. Just there we go. That's what I was looking for. America Samoa quarter, 2020. So not to get everyone dizzy, sorry about that. What you want to do is you want to check out the bat's ears. See if there's any dyed chips there. You want to check out the eyes, the nose area, the sides of the face. Sometimes there's feeder fingers going off the sides. Spin it around to the other bat. Oh, you want to check out the wings as well. Okay, spin it around, check the other bat. Same areas, the ears, eyes, nose. Check the wings out. There's a lot to check out on the Americas Samoa. There's some major strike-through errors on this quarter that if you find them, you're going to be rewarded with north of $20. Of course, you want to check it out and see if it's a W. I've only found one of these as a W quarter, but it's one that we don't get too often in New Jersey. Next one is the Tallgrass Prairie. This one is usually loaded with dyed chips. I'm going to take my time and look at the wings, look at the head. Of course, because I'm trying to teach you all about errors, there don't seem to be any dyed chips. But this butterfly is usually loaded with dyed chips. Flip it over, P. All right, here's the one that we get a ton of, and that is the Salt River Bay. A lot of people will go through these tree branches. There's sometimes extra metal on them. I don't bother doing that. Other people look at the roots down here and look for doubling. I also don't do that. I just flip it over and say W, no, P. 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 See, we don't even get teased with the D-mint. It's P's, P's, P's. Who knows this one? Who knows? Don't know. May never know. P. P. And P. Throw them back in. We got two more 2020 quarters to talk about. This one is the Marsh Billings Rockefeller one. Some people will look through the hair. There looks to be a minor dye chip right above her neck. I think you can see it. Kind of a dirty quarter, but there seems to be a little dye chip in her hair there. Maybe another one right at the front there. If you follow her elbow, there's sometimes a dye chip there, and sometimes one by the shovel. But of course, since this one's a little dirty, it's going to be hard to tell. If this was a W quarter, and we don't know yet, it probably would be somewhere between the $5 and $10 range because of its condition. Philadelphia. So we're going to just cut the chase on that one, flip it over, and it's a P. The errors on that quarter are pretty minimal as far as return goes. Hey, we already talked about this one, but I guess I had a second one. So again, looking for the dyed chips. I don't see any. Flip it over, P. And flip it over. Well, first let's look for the dye chip. There's a YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys probably saw it if you're on YouTube as much as I am. He just got monetized. I'm forgetting what his name is. I watch so many of his videos, and he does a great job of breaking down a box of quarters. But yeah, those are some of the quarters that we look for. Let me just rifle through these real quick. We don't have to spend a lot of time here. We're looking for the Spitting Horse and also any missing letters in Caesar Robin. Oops. Okay, they all seem to be okay. We talked about this one before, so we can just go real quick. Saatchi, looking at the claws. I have really nice examples of this neck era, and they're worth somewhere between $5 and $10 on eBay. Colorado, you want to take your time looking at this quarter. Start up with the date, looking for extra metal in the 8s and the 6. Rotate it, we're looking for a cut error. When you get to that, follow this banner across, colorful Colorado, nothing there, and finish it up by going up the rest of the quarter. Okay, nothing on that one. Same here, date, rotate it back this way, and finally finish it off like that. This rim looked a little thicker. Looks a little thicker on the 3 o'clock side than the 9 o'clock side. If we do a comparison, look how much thicker that looks compared to that side. But it's not a cut, so I'm not sure. Anyway, let's catch up on chat here a minute. Bam, W, yes, I searched through 4 boxes of quarters and didn't get one single W. Scott S, don't give up, because the next box might be loaded. I'm really surprised that the Jovian quarter doesn't have errors all over the place, but I've seen an error coin for sale yet. You haven't seen a quarter? Yeah, I've seen a few, but you know, the misleading thing about coins in general is that if you go to eBay and you see all kinds of pricing on eBay, for this one here, it's the Edith Kanaka Oli quarter. You want to look at the K and the A in her last name for die chips. That's the only error that I know about for this quarter. I don't see it. You know, people list quarters and coins on eBay for any price they want, and if they get the price, great. That's why I go to the sold part of eBay, because I don't care about what you're asking, I care about what you're getting. You want to look at the hat here, and you want to look between the shoulder and the flagpole. This is the same one we just looked at, looking at the K and the A again. I don't see anything wrong with either one of those letters. And last one we'll look at is the Georgia. So this is a quarter that I never looked for. Never. Like out of, I don't know, if I've done 100 quarter boxes over the course of 3 years, I've never looked for the Georgia error. You can always look at the 1788 to see if anything's going on there, and you can look at the 1999 here. Some people say that there's little like die cracks between this banner that says wisdom, justice, and moderation. Is that what it says? Yeah. Some people say there's little die chips from the end of the banner to the rim, and the end of the banner to the rim. But the errors that I've seen on eBay all have to do with the front of the quarter. So specifically, if you look at the neck, there's die cracks that run through parts of quarter sometimes, and there's die cracks that go through dollar sometimes. Also, you want to check out In God We Trust, and you also want to check out Liberty. I mean, this quarter is disgusting, so even if it had an error, it wouldn't be worth anything. But I'm just showing you. Sometimes there's even die cracks going through United States of America through George Washington's head. So you just want to take your time with this quarter. This one was a disgusting example, but there are, if you go to eBay and you look under sold auctions, there's quite a few things to look for. Okay. Brian Jensen, that was the person I was trying to think of. Brian Jensen said that he was sending me some deminted pennies as well, I believe. I think it was you, Brian, and if it was, I thank you for that, sir. I put a list together of pennies that I need, just like, you know, common deminted pennies from, I believe, 1982 going forward to 2008, because that's all my penny album goes to. So it's mostly deminted pennies and S-minted pennies that I need. I was able to find some recently because I had, like, I don't know, 10,000 pennies and I was just bored one night. Someone was watching something on TV, and I was in the same room just looking through pennies. But I still need a lot of deminted and S-minted pennies, and I'll try to get that list on my next penny search, which should be coming out later this week or early next week. Does anyone have a source for 2023 penny rolls or boxes? I don't. Actually, so here's a question for the chat. Let's just go over to here a minute. Hold on, guys. There we go. I'm back. Here's a question for all of you. When it comes to searching pennies, do you even look for errors on Shield pennies? Is it worth it? Have any of you found any significant errors that are worth money on Shield pennies? I know there's different variations and different errors and stuff like that to look for, but I just don't know if it's worth the time. There's so many Shield pennies to go through, and I don't want to spend hours and hours going through a box of pennies. Oh, I've seen 2023 pennies. I have seen them, Brian. Yeah, I've seen 2023 pennies, 2023 dimes. Pretty sure I've seen 2023 nickels as well. It was me. The tracking shows Saturdays. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you sending me anything. I appreciate any of you sending me anything. And that's really my goal here on YouTube, is for us to help each other, right? So sometimes you'll send me some stuff. Sometimes I'll send you some stuff. I always try to do giveaways. Even if it's not my channel, sometimes I'll do a giveaway. I was going to be doing quite a few giveaways today, probably. We were supposed to be doing a box battle with Sir Benji and the pizza guy, and the loser of each round had to put up a prize, but Sir Benji unfortunately was sick this morning, so we have to reschedule that. Someone told me they had a source and I forgot who it was. Well, I don't know if I have a source, but I definitely have seen 2023 coins before. That's for sure. All right, so let's continue looking through some of these. How many? What's our likes up to? I don't have a source that tells me what our likes are up to. Have we made double digits? Hopefully, that'd be awesome. My goal is always to get 25, but now with these guys, I'm going to try to go just a little bit faster. We talked about a decent amount of quarters already, so I'm going to try to go through the next 10 rolls much quicker. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the 2019, 2020s to the right, and the ones that I'll check for errors I'm going to put to the left, but I'm going to search them probably later, and if I find anything, I'll post my finds. That way, you know, we're not here all afternoon. If there's any quarters out there that we haven't talked about already and you want me to talk about them, please speak up and let me know, and I'll be glad to pull them and talk about them, and maybe you can show me something about them or I can show you something about them. But yeah, you can't talk about every quarter. Your stream will go on forever. Plus, a lot of these quarters we've already discussed in previous streams. How fast do you think you could go through a box of quarters if you were looking for just W's and silver? Jersey Silver Sacker says it takes him about 45 minutes. Me, it would take me longer, I think. Just because my eyesight's not as good. He doesn't have to use a jewelry loop for every coin that he looks at. Unfortunately, I do. But the good news is I'll never miss an error either. 9 watching, 17 likes. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I thank all of you for hanging out with me. Hopefully, if we find another W quarter or another, well, not another, we haven't found one yet, but a silver quarter, you know, and we get to 25 likes, I can do a nice giveaway for you guys. Sure, I believe in giving back. I'm actually going to start, I'm trying to get to, I know the requirements on YouTube have changed to be monetized, but I have a little side wager with my son that says I can get to 1,000 subscribers, and the goal is to do it by the end of the summer. So I'm sitting at about 850 or so, I think 840, something like that. So I think it's possible if I start getting more aggressive, going on other people's streams and, you know, doing giveaways, or just being more, not even like, just being more out there on other people's channels, being like a guest person on their channel. I don't know. I'm trying not to get subscribers by always doing giveaways, but certainly I don't mind doing them from time to time. When I do a giveaway, I want it to be like a decent one too. I don't want to, like, you know, do a giveaway for like a war nickel. I mean, yeah, I get it, it's still silver, but I want to do something nicer than that. Sometimes it's not always possible. It depends what you find, right? And hey, any giveaway is better than no giveaway. So I'm going to try to search this roll as fast as I can. And you tell me if you think it needs to go faster or it's about right, the speed. I still want to, you know, pull things, but 78. So what I'm pulling, I'll tell you what I'm pulling when I, that is nothing. 88. Sometimes I don't even know. What is this? Oh, River of No Return, so that goes over to the right. A Georgia, talked about that. A Connecticut. Teddy Roosevelt. 2022 Marsh Billings. 2020 rather. Another Marsh Billings. $65. What's that? Shawnee. So I have a question for everyone in chat. If you're having trouble finding quarters at a bank, where else could you look for quarters? How else could you get quarters to look through? That is my question. And how would you go about doing it? And then I will tell you what I did. So that was a roll of quarters I just searched. That's about as fast as I can go with looking for things. Car wash and laundromats, exactly, Brian Jensen. Here's what I did. So I went through on my computer and I looked at every laundromat within a 15-mile radius of my house, and I contacted each and every one of them. And a lot of them, unfortunately, here in New Jersey use tokens. Grocery stores, yeah, that's true. You could use that. They'll probably, you know, give you a couple rolls. Can't get like a, you know, a lot from them, but so I made a list of laundromats and I checked out every one of them. And a couple of them said they would get back to me. They really never did. I had one before COVID that actually did say I could come in once a week and pick up like $1,000 worth of quarters off them. Unfortunately, when you're talking about laundromats, a lot of the quarters get banged up going through those machines. So didn't really have too much luck, but it was another source to look through. Car washes, I haven't checked out yet, but that is an awesome idea. I was talking to a bank this morning, and we were getting bags of coins off them through their coin machine. They were letting me buy the bags. And then I guess I got too greedy, and I went to other branches of that same bank in neighboring towns, and I guess one started talking to another, and now they said they can't sell me the bags anymore. So sometimes I get a little too aggressive, maybe. But my goal is to search anywhere, I would say like $5,000 worth of coins a week. And that includes $50. So, that might sound like a lot of coins, but if you factor in $50, that's really not too much. A couple boxes of quarters a week. I would like to get at least 2 to 4 boxes of $50 a week. So right there is $3,000, right? A couple boxes of dimes, nickels, whatever, maybe another box of quarters, who knows? But I think it's possible. Especially when you consider that it's just not me hunting them either. It's Jersey Silver Stacker that hunts them with me. It's Bionic Bull 88 who hunts them with me sometimes as well. So I have multiple people in my family that hunt coins. So to go through 5,000 really doesn't take too long at all. And it sounds like maybe a lot of money to some of you, but it's not, because you're not really spending 5,000. You're just like taking out 5,000, buying coins, returning money to your account, so forth and so on. If bills come up, maybe that week I don't do 5,000, maybe I do 2,000. Because believe me, no sooner than money comes out of my bank account, my wife knows that it's out. Hey, 717 Detector, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. We found a W quarter so far. We are going through 10 rolls at a time, talking about errors in the meantime. We will look for W's together. I've pulled some off to the right. I haven't looked at any yet. Haven't found any silver today yet, but our quarter boxes have been producing silver recently. Jersey Silver Stacker had 3 quarters in a box that he searched the other day that were silver, and I had 4 the other day in a box that I searched. So the boxes have been pretty hot for silver. For W quarters, we usually find like 1 or 2. So far I found 1. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find another one. But yeah, that's kind of like where we're at. If any of you need any W quarters, you can let me know, and we can work something out trade-wise. I really I'm into trading. Selling them is great, but I don't mind doing trades either. I have all the W quarters, all in nice condition. Some of them in not such great condition, but those wouldn't be the ones that I would trade you or sell you anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's a beautiful quarter right there. Escemented quarters, I really like them, the business strikes, but I don't know why they're not worth anything. They're only worth $1 or $2. And I don't get it, because they are so low minted. They're less than 2 million, but yet they're not worth anything. All right, 5 more rolls, and then we'll talk about some more errors. and see if we have any new additions to the W family. I'm going to try to even go faster. What slows me down is I have to look at every quarter that is a George Washington head for the date, because I can't see if it's silver without doing that. Harper's Ferry has a ton of errors on it, all pretty much minor errors, so I don't really look at that one, but it does have a ton of doubling on the windows. Not that I ever waste my time looking at those, because there's like 100 or so different variations of that coin, so I don't have time for that. Some people pull like every 2009 quarter because of the low mintage as well. I don't, but some people do. So that's another thing you can do when you quarter hunt. That's what's the awesome thing to me about quarter hunting, is that everyone does it a little differently. Catch up with the chat in a minute. Hello, hello. High Pockets is with us. 717 Detector. Brian Jensen. Scott S. AG Stacker. Hello. I don't think I caught you on the way in. Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know if we get to 25 likes. That would be amazing. If any of you could share out the stream and get some more attention to the stream, that betters our chances of having a nice giveaway. So Marsh Billings is one that we keep seeing over and over in this box. $97. Now if you're just starting out error collecting, it can be overwhelming. There are so many errors to look for. What I would recommend doing is picking out like 5 coins to look for in the whole box, 5 different types of quarters, and just pulling those. Getting to know those errors inside out. Once you know those errors inside out, pick 5 new ones, and before you know it, you'll know most of the errors that are out there. 2 Salt River Bays in this roll so far. But the thing about errors too is the list is always expanding, right? So many people have looked for errors and they haven't seen ones that will be discovered later today, early tomorrow. It's like the list is just keeps on going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. I'm getting quite a stack of quarters over to my left that I'm putting off to the side. I'll check those later after the stream for errors, and if I find anything that is significant, I will make a short of it so I can show you all. I know most people are interested in finding silver or finding W quarters, so that's what I'm trying to focus on. I'm doing albums for my granddaughter and any future grandchildren. That's awesome, Brian Jensen. I will say this, I heard that the Dansko albums, or the Dansko company, is going out of business. So if you're getting Dansko coin albums, you better get them quickly, otherwise they may be hard to find. I will also tell you this little bit of advice. At least at my coin store, they have a section in the back where they have used coin albums. So I wouldn't pay full price for any of these coin albums unless they're Dansko, because you can get a used one significantly cheaper, and save yourself a little money. The Whitmans, I don't like the Whitmans as much because it's hard to get the coins in and out of, at least for me. What I usually do is I take like a soft cloth, like maybe a paper towel or even, and I press that into the coin so I don't mark up the coin as I'm putting them into the coin album. Because to use your finger, you get, I mean, let's face it, most of these quarters are circulated, so that's why I don't use gloves. But if I was looking at like silver rounds, I'd have a pair of gloves on. Especially if it was like a really nice silver round, I would definitely have gloves. If I was handling proofs, I would be wearing gloves. But this stuff, this is all like circulated for the most part. There might be some uncirculated coins that you might find coin roll hunting, but for the most part, they all have bag marks, and I'm not overly concerned about fingerprints and that sort of thing on these. That being said, I still try to hold them by the edge. All right, 2 more rolls, and then we will look for some more dubs, go over a few more coins that we haven't talked about today, and keep things going. Hey, come on now. I'm using my Walker magnet screwdriver. It's been pretty lucky for me lately. If you haven't checked out Walker Magnet's channel, I don't know where you've been, but you're missing a great channel. Got to get over there, check him out. He streams every Saturday morning and does some pop-ups during the week as well. But always a good time. Even if you don't find anything in his stream, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, just like all of us. I always have a good time because the conversation's always good. He's just like a nice guy to hang out with. I wish he lived in New Jersey. Me and him would be buddies. Man, this stack is getting big. I probably have 60, 70 quarters to my left that I gotta check out for errors later. And we're not even halfway through this box. It sounds like a lot of errors coins to look through, but it's really not, because it's only a couple seconds on each one. A lot of Salt River Bays I just put over to my right. Couple Wyomings. All right, let's do one more roll, and then let's see what goodies we found. Two Buffalo and a lot of folder nickels. I just got done with a nickel box. 2 buffs, nice. Did the Buffalo nickels have dates? And if they didn't have dates, are you going to nicodate them? Hey, Bo Palmer, how you doing, bud? Thanks for stopping in. We have found 1 W quarter so far. See, another thing I do when I open up rolls of quarters is I don't take a quick look to see if there's silver in the roll. Well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes I do, but more often than not, I don't, because I want to be surprised. Especially if I'm live streaming, I want it to be, I want to be as excited as maybe you are when I see it, if not more. Well, obviously I'm going to be more because it's, going to be my collection unless I do a giveaway for it. But my point is, I don't want it to seem staged. I want to find out exactly when you find out, just like we did with the W quarter. I didn't know it was there until it was there. All right, speaking of W quarters, let's change our view. Let's go to the coin scope. Let's get rid of this guy up here, and let's talk about some more quarters. All right, so Utah. We talked about this one before. 2007. Start with the date up here. Go to the date down there. Go to the caboose on the side over here. I don't see anything there. Drop them in. Same quarter, same checkpoints. 1896, 2007, caboose, top of caboose. Okay, we talked about this guy before. Cumberland Gap. You check the hat out. Follow the jacket along. Here's one that we didn't talk about yet. The South Dakota. You want to check out the 8 and the 9. You want to check out the bird's wings between like the neck of the bird and we'll call it the bird's shoulders, basically. That's where you want to check for like a cut error. If you find that, it's a $5 to $10 coin. You want to also check out George Washington's nose and make sure it's not broken. And 2006, you can flip this one over. You can check out Liberty. Looking always at the B. It always seems to be between the I and the B, but specifically the B in most cases. And In God We Trust. Those are the areas that I would check for in this quarter. Again, give it a quick look. You can look at the tail of the bird as well. George Washington's nose. The date. Flip it over. And I don't see anything there. Good afternoon. AZ Coins is with us. I also found a 64D RPM. Nice. Wow. See now, Bo Palmer, that's something I don't know about. I know 1964D is a nickel that you can find RPMs on. I don't know enough about RPMs, nor do I know enough about grading. So I don't really know about any of that so much. Okay, clear as day. A 1935 on that Buffalo, a 1935D, and a 1937. Awesome. Those are two awesome finds. I need to get some chores done. No problem. I understand that. There's always a to-do list at this house as well. I will be doing some of that as soon as I get done streaming. 89, check the shoulders. Check George's nose. 2006, flip it over. Okay. What is this guy? Bessie Coleman, right? We've talked about this one before. You want to check out the airplane. So it looks like maybe a minor die chip on top of the wing is starting to form there. Okay, you can always check the nose, the mouth. See if we can get a nice one. I got a few of these to check, so. Sometimes the die chip is on the top of the plane and sometimes it's on the bottom. So you kind of just have to give it a look. You also want to check these initials out to see if they're doubled. Flip it over. So I think the next time I do quarters, it's probably going to be just a 10-roll hunt, a quick 10-roll hunt, and it'll be a short. And I'll just show you guys more or less what I find because, you know, I don't want to always live stream quarters. It's just that, I don't know, I find when we're doing it live, there can be no mistake. He found something, he did not find something. When you do a short, it seems like sometimes they're staged, to me anyway. I'm not saying any channel in particular, It's just my own son has said that about some of my shorts. He's like, Dad, he goes, it seems like, you know, it's, you didn't really find it. I'm like, well, I did, you know, so what can I tell you? I need to find a better way of doing shorts. I'm gonna, the problem is my hands shake a lot. When I was younger, I probably started when I was like 20 years old. My hands started to shake, specifically my left hand, and I was really concerned because I thought it was like the early signs of like Parkinson's or something like that. And this one, by the way, is the Tuskegee. You want to check out the goggles. On top of the goggles, you want to check out both planes for dye chips, and you also want to check out this building to make sure that it's not on fire. So yeah, my hands shake a lot, so that's the problem with me holding like a phone still. And I do have tripods, and I've never had much luck with them, to be honest with you. This is the Duke Ellington quarter. You see that first L of Ellington? Try to get it in a little clearer. There looks like there's a mark right above that L. I don't think that's anything. I think it's probably just like a bag drop, coin damage or whatever. But you want to pay attention to the letters there, specifically the E and the L. You want to check out the keys to make sure none of them are dropping down. I don't see anything on this. Again, doubling is not something that I'm very strong with. So just wanted to point that out to you. We talked about this one already. This was the Frederick Douglass. So sooner or later I'm going to find that error to show you, but it's on his jacket and it's also up here on the roof. Looks to be something right next to the chimney there, a little dye chip on the left. Nothing major. Kansas quarter, of course we're going to turn this one over and look for the Ingadri rust. But also, when you're talking about Kansas quarters, you want to check out the 1861. You want to check out the hump of the bison. Sometimes there's extra metal on top of that hump. But you also want to check out to see, much like the Delaware horse, if this bison is spitting. Because I've seen those errors on eBay, and they can command a pretty decent dollar as well. But this is the money one. This is the one you want. You want something of that to be missing. Multiple letters missing, even better. Flip it over. Check it out. Check it out. Now this, right? Okay, so let's talk about this, guys. This line going from the horn to the rim. To me, I've never seen that before. I would assume that's damage. Someone, please weigh in. Mike Shalaz, welcome to the stream, and thank you for sending me out some pennies. I haven't received them yet, but I did see your email, and so postman damage. That's what I would think as well, High Pockets. Thank you. I've never seen lines like that, but since I'm not sure, when you see something out of the ordinary like this quarter, it's only going to cost you 25 cents to put it to the side. Put it to the side, post a picture of it, go over to Walker Magnet's Discord channel, post a picture, and let other people weigh in on it if you're not sure, and do it like that. Let's see, what is Bo Palmer talking about here? Bo Palmer. I also found a 1964D RPM and at least MS64 grade. Nice, nice. I heard to get some, yep. Is in $775. Man, I tell you what, I have to learn about RPMs and I have to learn about grading, because I never even look at 1964Ds. I get a ton of them. I never look at them. I just toss them to the side. That's just another example that you may be tossing something aside that could be worth big money. This quarter here, George Rogers, very easy to check for errors on top of the rifle, but underneath the rifle in his hat, and also this hat. This quarter has some pretty cool errors on the top of the wings, so check both wings out, and sometimes at the end of the wing. Also, I was watching a video the other day, and if you check out the underneath part of these wings, you sometimes see doubling. It's not a major error, but it is just something to look for. Okay, we go there, we go there. Take a quick look underneath. I don't see anything. Alright, what do we got here? Another Bessie Coleman. So we're checking the plane. Alright, we got some gunk up there. Nothing to really speak. Oh, let's check out the initials. Maybe something going on with that E. Right? What do you think about that? Let's talk about that one a minute. It looks like to me, maybe you can't even see it on your end, but it looks to me there's like a little bit of the shadow of the E coming off to the left. Because this quarter is obviously seen better days, I'd probably throw this one back, but I was just wondering. 8 watching and 25 likes. Well, I thank you for the update, High Pockets. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a couple more quarters, and then we are going to do a 25 like giveaway. How's that sound? Anime Wong, you want to check out all of her letters in her name. I don't see anything there. You want to check out her fingers for die chips. I don't see anything there. Flip it on over. Look at In God We Trust. Oh wait, there's another thing you want to check out is her eyes. You want to check out her eyes. Sometimes there looks like there's like little like sleepy boogers like in her eyes. Now some people have said there's tears as well, but I don't think those are really tears. I don't think those are die chips. I think those are bag marks, coin marks if you will. So again, I will check out the letters, check out her eyes, check out her, oh see, now there's an example of a die chip, okay, on her pinky finger. Right there, that extra metal should not be there. So that is just a small example. Coin would probably go somewhere between like, I don't know, $1, $2 on eBay. So nothing really major. Look at the nose, look at the mouth, look at In God We Trust, and yeah, that's it for that one. But just something, you know, to look for. Again, the letters, the eyes. Now, you see this? By her lips, to the left of her lips, that is damage to me. That's nothing major to speak of. If it's a groove, then usually damage. If it, probably a die crack. Oh, okay. I hear you, New Marshall. Looking again at the fingers. Flip it on over. And we're ready to move on. Did we look at the nose and the mouth? Yeah. Ready to move on. Alright, so let's talk about just a couple more quarters and we'll do a giveaway. Or we'll check for W's and then we'll do a giveaway. How's that? Alright, so let's talk about this one here. We haven't talked about this one in any of my streams yet. It's the 2004 Iowa quarter. So I'm not an expert on this quarter at all. I'm not an expert on any quarter for that matter. But I was told that if you look at the door frame and you look at the window on the left, to the left of the door, there's sometimes extra metal or doubling in those areas. So that's one area to check for. Also here, where it says Grant Wood, sometimes those O's in wood and the D in wood are filled in. And of course, anytime you have 2004, you want to check out the zeros in those numbers and the numbers that have any loops in these numbers. So those are just a couple things to look at. I have a few examples, so let's just check and see if we see any doubling on any of these. Again, I am like the worst at finding doubling, so if any of you see anything, let me know. Okay, a couple more examples and we're ready to move on. Two more. Again, some of these quarters are in better shape than others, so it will make finding errors that much easier if they're in good condition. Now, on any of these quarters, you could be flipping them over and oops, maybe a little something going on there with the left window. With any of these quarters, you could always flip them over and check out Liberty. Again, looking at the I and the B, and always pay attention to In God We Trust. Almost on every quarter, sooner or later, you'll find an error there. Last quarter to talk about right now anyway. Let's just look at some Teddy Roosevelts together. We're looking for a big die chip on the hat. Follow it down, follow it down. Nothing there. I'm not looking at the nostril of the horse. Not really interested in that. Small die chip on the hat. We're not interested in that. We want the big one. If you look at this nostril though of the horse, if you spend time doing that, I think there's like 10 variations of that die chip. So it doesn't really interest me. There is a nice die chip on these reins once in a while. I have a few examples, but I don't see it on this one. Okay. Last but not least, before we get to the giveaway, let's look and see if we have any W's on these 2019-2020s. Looking at errors first, just real quick, because I can do that on my time. We've talked about where to look. Flip it over. Whoops, it's upside down. That's a P. Okay, Salt River Bay. We talked about that, so I'm just going to see if we have a W. P. 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 See what I mean about not getting deminted coins? We're about an hour away from Philadelphia, so everything we get is usually from the Philly Mint. P. You want to take your time when you look at this quarter here, the San Antonio Missions. You want to check out the cross. You got some die chip right there on the steeple of the church next to the cross there. So there's a die chip on this one. Rotate it, check out the cross, check out the waves. Nothing really there. That one die chip we already mentioned. P, so not really a major die chip. Not really one that I'm interested in keeping. I have a few, probably about 20 or so of those, so don't need to keep all of them. Okay, check out the wheel. I kind of go fast. A lot of people go slower when looking for errors, but I kind of know what I'm looking for. You want to check out the tower for die chips. Flip it on over, and that is a P. Okay, we talked about this one, so we'll just go. This is the This is the Billings Rockefeller. What is it? Marsh Billings Rockefeller. So we flip them over real quick. You've got a D, which is kind of unheard of in my area. P, a P, a P, and a P. And we have, was this the W that we found earlier? No, this is P. Okay. So that is something that I meant to say earlier too. When you do this and you find something, make sure you put it in a safe place. The other day I found a coin and I threw it back by accident, so I was kind of mad at that. I send a lot of die chip coins to Great Scott. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, AZ. That is cool. I think it's really cool when people do send like stuff to other channels, you know, like by the way, I'm not asking for anything. If you guys want to send me something, that's totally up to you. I'll never ask for anything. I will say, you know, I have a list of things that I need. If you guys have those things and you want to send them, great. If you ever want to send anything out to the channel, that's totally up to you, but I will definitely give you full credit and try to open it during a live stream so that you get the recognition that you deserve. That being said, I've said numerous times through this live stream that if you're looking for something, you can drop me an email and be like, hey, Mo Money, do you happen to have blah, blah, blah? And if I have it, I'll send it. You know, I'm not looking to, you know, send it and get rewarded. I mean, yeah, if it's significant value, then maybe we'll have to work out a trade or, you know, some kind of pricing, but you get what I mean. Anyway, let's change the view. Oops, there we go. Let me get a piece of paper. Guys, I apologize. This is the only way I know how to do a giveaway on a live stream because I don't have, you know, the robot to pick the winner, and I don't know how to do the number generator yet. Jersey Silver Stacker hasn't taught me that yet, but next time maybe I might add that to. You guys can't peek. You guys can't peek. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a number 1 through 20. I'm going to write it down, and first person that gets it is going to be the winner. Multiple guesses is allowed. Okay. So with that in mind, you may start your guessing in 3, 2, 1, go. 1 through 20, multiple guesses. All right, stop. Stop. Put up a stop sign, please. Somebody put up a stop sign, please. High Pockets has number 20. Let's see if I can show you guys. Number 20 was the winner. So High Pockets, you have won the giveaway. I probably should have told you what the giveaway was. That would have been nice, right? Let me show you what it's going to be. All right, let me go back to the scope for a minute so I can show you. Oh, you know what? Yeah, get rid of that guy. I'm gonna put them back in here for a minute. Hold on, High Pockets. I decided to do something a little different. Alright, my friend. Here it is. Let's see, you might have to zoom out of this a little bit. Let's raise this up a little bit. What this is, might be a little hard to show under the scope. Hold on. Is, well, it's harder than I thought. It's a silver certificate. As you can see, it's a little different. 1957A. Yeah, I'll try to do it this way. Hold on. There you go. So that kind of gives you an idea. A little silver certificate. You know, it's got some wrinkles in it and all, but still pretty cool. 1957A. I'll send that out to you, but do me a favor. Send me an email to claim it, just so I have that for my records. It's coolcoins2014@gmail.com. Cool Coins is COOLCOINZ 2014@gmail.com. All right, so that's that. And let's continue on. Let's continue on with the search. So to give you some extra incentive to share this out, if we get to 40 subs, not 40 subs, 40 likes, I will do another giveaway. And this giveaway, I will tell you right now, will be for a Rosie dime. But 40 likes is pretty far away, so I don't know if we'll get there. But if you share it out, you never know. Also, if we get rated, you never know. Hasn't happened to my channel yet. I've never been on the... Whoa, what is that? Alright, I got to put this under the scope just to get some feedback. Let's see, get rid of that guy. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see this. Well, it looks different under the scope too. Never mind, I think it's just damage. Just the whole right side of that coin looked weird. But I think it's just damage. Okay. So yeah, I've never been rated by another channel yet. That doesn't surprise me because I haven't been streaming for that long. And by long, I don't mean time-wise. I mean, like, I've only done a couple streams. So... Now, Walker Magnet, Walker Magnet and I were having a conversation one night, and he's like, I probably shouldn't say this because you might like be offended. But he said, one thing that you might want to do is you might want to put your face up on the screen so people can like see who they're like hanging out with. So I said, okay, I'll try it. I said, I don't, you know, that's what I'm talking about. If you have ways of making this better for me, let me know, please, 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 please. I want to put on a better stream for you. I want to make my videos better. You know when you're watching a video and people have those really cool thumbnails with like the fancy lettering and stuff like that? I don't know how to do that, but I think some people's thumbnails are amazing. So, you know, that's something that I'm looking to get into too. I need to learn these things. I don't know them. I'm not like an overly creative person, so, you know, I need help. I need lots of help. But, you know, hey, we all need help in doing some things. I can't rely on Jersey Silver Stacker and Bionic Bull because they're at their summer jobs now. Yes, congrats, High Pockets. That's awesome. Yes, sir. Yes, you're new at your lives. Yep, I am. I'm at work and I'm always lurking. Well, I appreciate lurkers. I appreciate people who participate in chat. If you're rolling up coins, sometimes I watch someone's channel and I don't say much. I'm like rolling up coins, but I'm listening. And you know, hopefully when you listen, maybe you pick up a couple things you didn't know. So it's all good. It's all good. People who just pop in for giveaways, that's all good too. Listen, there's some channels that sometimes I tune into and I catch them right as they're doing a giveaway. Am I going to participate in it? Hell yeah. Yes, I am. Do I win them? Most of the time not, but I'm still going to participate in them. Some dirty quarters on this roll. Lots of quarters to look through later, for sure. That's probably when I'll find the good errors. Oh, this one. It's a little weird. I'm gonna say it's damage. It's like a dent in it. Looking like someone tried to cut through it. What is it? Ozark River, yeah. That's what I thought it was. Sometimes like I pick up a quarter and I can't like read it. It's just the angle that I pick it up at. I know most of these quarters when I see them, like, you know, within a matter of seconds, but not a lot of 2019 2020s coming out of these rolls, unfortunately. There's a nice Kansas quarter. It's so weird to me too, because in some boxes you get flooded with 2019 2020s, and in other boxes you hardly see any. This box has been pretty low in those type of quarters, but all it takes is 1 or 2 quarters and all of a sudden you have a good box. There you go, High Pockets, that's what I'm talking about. High Pockets, what kind of wrappers do you use for your, when you roll up coins? Do you get them from the bank? You don't pay for wrappers, I hope. Because if you need wrappers, just ask whatever bank you go to. Say, hey, can you give me, you know, some wrappers? And they give them out for free. But my point is, if you can get, like, sometimes I go to the banks and I ask for customer wrapped coins as opposed to bank wrapped or Fed wrapped coins, because I call them shotgun rolls basically. And when I need to rewrap coins, it's easier to do it in the shotgun rolls. I'm all about getting the job done as fast as I can. But a lot of the times, actually, we just dump them at our credit union that I belong to, because they let us use the Coinstar machine there for free. It's not really a Coinstar machine, but it's like a coin counting machine, I guess I should say. But I don't get charged the fee. So we take huge buckets of coins at a time, and we're there for like a half hour, just dumping coins into their machine. And it's a beautiful thing. You don't have to wrap. It saves you a lot of time. But I think if I were to wrap this box of quarters up, it would probably take me like, I don't know, close to an hour maybe. Like almost like a minute a roll basically. Maybe a little longer. All right, let's see what we do here. Let's do a free roll for somebody right now, right? So I got a number. How many people are in chat right now? Under 10, right? I would assume under 10. I'm going to write a number 1 through 10, and the first person that gets it is going to be the winner of a free roll. Only one guess, please. Only one guess per person. And if someone gets it, then they get a free roll. How's that go? So 3, 2, 1. You may put down a number 1 through 10. That's true. That's true. I'm usually not that careful, High Pockets. Ah, 7. New Marshall in town. You have the number, sir. New Marshall in town has the number 7. Okay, so this roll that I do now is going to be for New Marshall. The way we're going to do it, New Marshall, in case I believe this is the first time you may have been in the stream for us, is if you get a W quarter, it's yours. If you get a silver quarter, it's yours. If you get a major error, it's yours. Okay, so that's how we kind of roll things. Major error, we say, is an error that would fetch over $5. Okay, just so we're clear on all the terms. Also, for High Pockets, you may have been in one of our streams earlier this week or last week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create wallets for everyone, and I'm going to mail out the second week of July, so around the 14th or so. So that way, if you win multiple wins between now and then, I can put everything in one wallet, mail it out at the same time. Saves me a little shipping. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to go to the scope so you can see exactly what I'm looking at, New Marshall. And yeah, that's how we'll do it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check out this quarter for you because it is the West Virginia. It has a major cut error to look for along the rims. So you want to take a look, take a look. That one doesn't have it. Okay, 93, Pennsylvania, Louisiana, 95, Vermont, Massachusetts, 70. This one here is not a major error, but we might as well talk about it. Underneath the armpit, the hat. Let's see if I can get that in a little clearer. There we go, that's better. And we said between these two trees. Okay, going on. We talked about this one. It's not going to be a major error, but we might as well look at it. You want to look at the K and you want to look at the A. I'm not seeing it. 97, Georgia, Utah. Now you may see me pull some off to the left, but they're not major coins to look at, so I'm just trying to save us some time. Versace, Arizona. We can take a quick look at this one if you want. I want to find the one where the extra cactuses drop down into the date. That's what I'm looking for. The initials are there. Follow the cactus all the way up. Nothing really there. 1912 and Arizona, nothing there. Salt River Bay, that's how I found it. Let's flip it over. P. All right, we'll keep on looking. 79, Warren the Pacific. This is how I found it. Let's flip it over. P. '79, Montana. 86, 94, 98. Montana again. Nothing there. 89, Homestead Act. I saved these for Shannon Smith. I'm putting a roll for him together. But what you want to do is you want to check for snow on the roof. And then you want to take a look at all of these windows for doubling, which he seems to be a real expert on and is collecting them. So I said I'll put a roll of them together for you. And you want to check out the bucket. So nothing there, my friend. And the last quarter in your roll was a 77. So unfortunately, no finds in that roll to speak of. But If not today, maybe the next stream. Yep, leaky bucket, that's what we're talking about. Well, that's one of the things to look for. Alright, let's go back to, there we go. Let's go back to our roll over here. And we'll do a couple more free rolls for people. I like to, you know, keep everyone watching and try to keep some people to talk to, keep me company. A bad error, we will look for that later. America Samoa, this is a nice quarter right here. I'm going to try to hold it up to you. Let's see if I can do it like that. 2009, I know it's not coming in that clear with the webcam. Sometimes people pull them to the side. I don't really do it though. But that one was pretty nice. You probably couldn't tell because this webcam, it's kind of tricky to get focused in on coins. Finding one more W quarter would be awesome. Finding a silver would be nice. Finding a major error would be cool too. I mean, really, that's what the focus of this live stream is, and I feel like we've only found some minor ones. Ellis Island quarter, I've seen errors on that on the eBay, but I've never found one to really get overly excited about. That was a shiny quarter, man. That was a shiny South Dakota out of Philly. Wilma Mankiller, American Memorial Park. We'll be checking her out later. And Marsh, no, that's River, no, what the hell is that called? What is that? Salt River Bay, that's the one. We get a ton of them. If I have 100 W quarters, I don't have that many. If I have maybe 75 W quarters, I would say probably 30 of them have to be Salt River Bays. Oh yeah, no problem, Marshall. No problem, no problem. I have about 25 W's. That's awesome, AZ. The one that I can't seem to get, I mean, I just found it recently, was the bat one. I was so excited. It was in really good condition too, but we hardly ever get that quarter in our boxes, and when we do, it's always from Philadelphia. But this one box that I was searching, I had like 30 of them in the box. So I was like, all right, one of these 30 have to be a W. And it turned out that one of them was. We get a lot of the River of No Return too. I think I'm going to go for about another 20 minutes or so, and you know, we'll see how things go. If we have another major find, we'll do a nice end of stream, and we'll see how things go. I don't want to hold up everyone's day. I know that people search coins a lot faster than me, so you know. I like this quarter, this El Yunque quarter. There's no errors that I know about. I just like the design on it. And it's pretty low mintage as well. Usually find like one or two of those in a box. So I should be going to the bank tomorrow to pick up a couple boxes of $50. Probably wind up giving them to Jersey Silver Stacker, and he'll give me the money for those. And he searches boxes for people who can't get $50 for whatever reason. And he's recently added a couple tiers to his channel for hunting $50. So if you haven't checked out his channel and you might be interested in getting a box or getting part of a box, we think that we've come up with tiers that are just about right for everybody. For the beginner collector, the intermediate collector, the person who wants the whole box, we've got a little bit of something for everybody. And I know he gives away some decent return on your investment. So like I said, if you haven't checked it out, maybe stop by his channel, check out his different tiers, and I would love to hear your feedback on that. We haven't found a huge amount of silver, but we have found silver. It's been a while since we've had a really good box, but you never know. That box might be right around the corner. That's the great thing about coin roll hunting. There's been times when I've searched $50, 10 boxes, 15 boxes, 20 boxes, and found like one per box, or maybe skunks or whatever. And I'm like, why am I wasting my time? I could be doing something else. And then all of a sudden you hit that box where it's like a home run, and you're like, oh yeah, that's why I do this. So that box could be coming up. You never know. What's everyone doing for the 4th of July? Any plans? We're having a barbecue at our house this Saturday. If you guys want to stop by, bring your bathing suit. We'll throw some burgers on the grill, some ribs, whatever. Fill up the cooler, have a good time. Now we're having a barbecue on Saturday, and there's fireworks Saturday night. So we'll probably go and check them out. They're within walking distance of our house. So that's pretty good. Always a fun time to see fireworks. I like shooting them off myself, but our town is pretty tight on doing that, so I'll let other people do it and avoid getting in trouble. But back in the day it was M80s and whatever flew, whatever my brother could get a hold of, he would shoot up in the air, some of them landing like on the neighbors' houses, and all kinds of craziness, bottle rockets and Roman candles and all kinds of stuff. Good fun. Good fun until someone's house catches on fire. Then not so much. So again, I'm just pulling some quarters aside. I'm going to check for errors later. That one was the arches. So many quarters to look through. Marsh Billings right here that I'm putting off to the side. Let me check that one out. You know what was frustrating? Last stream we did more or less the same thing. We checked for errors, and we really didn't find anything. And then as I was cleaning up, I noticed that I had 2019, 2020 quarters on my right side that I hadn't checked, and one of them was a dub. I was like, son of a gun. If I tell people this, they're going to be like, oh yeah, sure, more money. But no, honestly, there was one W out of the 20 quarters that I put off to the side that I didn't show off in the last stream. So remind me, before we sign off today, let's check out those 2019 and 2020s, okay? I might be talking, am I talking to myself? Is anyone here in stream with me? Speak up if you are, because it's been a while since someone has said anything. I see AZ Coins is the last person who spoke, and that was a while ago. So maybe I'm streaming to myself right now. Wouldn't be the first time I've talked to myself. It's when you start getting answers, that's when you got to worry. You get over there. Wrong spot. Stay there. Lots of quarters to go through. Hopefully we find some good ones. Guys, when we're doing a live stream, feel free to... Hey, thanks, New Marshall. At least I have one person with me. You know, feel free to tell me what you're finding in your cornrow hunts. Post pictures if you can. Walker Magnet has an awesome Discord channel, so if you haven't joined his Discord channel, that might be something that you might want to do. And we post pictures in that Discord channel and talk about different things and share different opinions on coins and stuff. It's a good time. I haven't been over there in a while, but for a while I was going over like almost every day. Dad's Spare Change is an awesome source of coin knowledge, as well as some other people, and I've learned a lot by hanging out there, so might be a good spot for you to check out if you've never been there before. Hey, High Pockets is still with me. Thanks, buddy. High Pockets, what is the earliest penny that you've ever found, not including Indian heads? Do you have like 1909s? I had a bag of pennies the other day that I went through, and it had it was a $50 bag of pennies, and it had 125 wheat pennies in it. Most of them were, of course, from the 40s and 50s, but there were some earlier ones. The Vicksburg quarter, I think, also has a very cool design, by the way. Delaware. New Marshall in town. Do you make videos yourself? I know you. I've seen you around different channels and stuff. Do you have any videos out there I should be taking a look at? Also, I am trying to get to 900 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like what I'm doing, or you say, yeah, well, at least the guy's trying, you know, maybe consider subbing up. That'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. Getting a like is always awesome as well. High Pockets, the next roll is going to be for you, buddy. Who knows? Who knows? It could come in any roll. I did buy a scale the other day off Amazon, and I was thinking about weighing like each roll, like I've seen other channels do that, but I think I'm going to save that for when I do half dollars. I just want to see if it works. In a way, like, I like being surprised more. So, High Pockets, we're going to switch camera views, and we'll do this roll for you. The other day when we were doing free rolls, I did one for Walker Magnet, and I found a 1945 silver quarter. It was disgusting though. It was in horrible shape. Oh, here's our first chance. And this would be a nice one. The American Memorial Park. This is the one you want to find the W. 2019. No extra metal on the flagpoles, but we want a dub. Oof, a D mint mark. Well, we gave it a shot. Connecticut, Rhode Island. See what we can do. You hear me maybe putting quarters off to the left. They're nothing major, just something to check for minor errors. But if I see a quarter that has a major error, such as the Salt River Bay, we want to see if it has a W, another D mint. Be sure to send them your way if we can find them. Alright, alright. Warn the Pacific. Let's flip it over. P. No good. No good, no good. Salt River Bay. We're back again. Hit it. P. No good. 94. Check this one out. The Sally Ride. I'm looking for a little die clash. Looking for that U to be messed up. Taking a peek over here at the nose, the mouth. I don't see anything, my friend. And that, unfortunately, is your roll. So, nothing to really talk about in that roll, but we can't find them if we don't search them. So on we go. On we go. Hey Brian Jensen, how we doing, bud? No problem, no problem. Sorry we couldn't find you something, but like I always say, if not today, maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, maybe someday soon. We've got one W quarter so far, Brian. And we're trying to add to it. It has been a long time since we've been skunked in quarters. So finding that W made me feel good. The streak continues. Be nice to find something else to go along with it. And it would definitely put me in a great mood to do a really nice end of stream. What channel do you stand a better chance at winning than this channel right here? Right? I imagine that there's 10 or less people watching right now, maybe just a few people, maybe just 2 or 3 people, and you have a chance of winning an end of stream if we have another significant find. And even if we don't have another significant find, I might still do an end of stream. It just won't be as extreme, but this is the channel to win on. Ooh, come on now. Spice it up a little bit from time to time. Ba, 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 ba. And who knows, if we find like a really nice box, like the one time I was doing, what was I doing? I was doing $50, and we had a huge box. If we have a huge box, I'm gonna give back, you know, some. I'm gonna give back some, so like I give away a 90% of that day. It all depends on the box. It all depends if people participate in the chat. It all depends how many people are in the chat. You know, all those things I factor in. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Even if you got to pop out and, you know, do some stuff and you come back in, that's awesome. I don't expect you to stay here from like the first minute to the last minute. We all got stuff to do. What I do appreciate is, though, if you have any positive criticism. I'm a big boy. I can take my medicine. Tell me what you think, honestly. How can I make it better? How's the sound? How's the picture? How do I make a better picture? How do I get closer to the coins so you can see the coins better? You know, these are things I need to know. I put my finds up here, but yet maybe that's where you want me to search the coins so you can see them better. I don't know. I only know how to make things easy for myself for hunting purposes. This is my area right here. My finds go here. My ones that I'm going to look at go here later. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking. I don't know if like this here, this arm, I don't know if it needs to be closer like this, so you can see it better. Maybe it's not important that you see up here. Maybe you want a closer view. Maybe you liked it better like that. Maybe you don't want to see my ugly face. Maybe you want to see something different. These are the things I need to know. Just following while I'm rebuilding one of my, what? Rock tumbler? What's a rock tumbler? I'm curious. What is a rock tumbler? Is that something for like finding gold? Like prospecting sort of thing? All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's find some goodies. Let's find some goodies. River of no return. Come on, let's find some goodies. Putting a lot of quarters off to the side because I really want to get better at finding errors, and I don't want to take up your time, especially if they're minor ones. So it's kind of how I'm approaching these things now. For polishing, It's filled with water and different grits. For polishing agates? What are agates? Sounds like you're a pretty handy dude, though. I unfortunately don't have mechanical skill whatsoever. Although I did fix the toilet the other day. The toilet was running, it was driving me crazy. So I was like, nah, I'm not calling in a plumber for like $200. Not doing it. So I went on YouTube and I forced myself how to fix a running toilet. Watched a couple videos, found the exact model toilet that we have, did it with the help of Bionic Bull 88, who's very mechanical, by the way. And yeah, we saved $200. So I was pretty happy about that. I had it for the most part, but there was one part that she helped me with. Because sometimes when I get like totally pissed off, I'm afraid I was going to break something. I'm not going to lie, there was some cursing going on in that bathroom. But we got it done. We got her done. And that's all that matters. Saved $200. I know what's going to happen. If I end this stream, then I'm going to find something. It always happens. But my back is killing me. I'm going through physical therapy for it right now. And being hunched over in like a table like this for a long period of time is not what the physical therapist wants me to do. Not at all. And even before this stream started, I was sorting coins for about 2 hours before that. So it's been a while. Can cost you huge bucks on your water bill. Yeah, that's true, Scott S. And you know what the thing was? So we have, what is it? What it is, not a Kohler. Shoot, I forgot what kind it was. But it's called the Champion of toilets, right? Man, this thing wasn't even getting a bronze. It wasn't even coming in third place, never mind first place. And I found out that the flapper, it's notoriously known for like developing like a bubble like in the flapper ring. So they said it has to be replaced like every like 6 months basically, otherwise it starts running. And so I went over to Home Depot and they had the flapper, the new flapper for the toilet, but what they didn't have was the O-ring that comes with it. There's an O-ring. If you get it from the factory, it comes with an O-ring, and I was nervous that it wasn't going to work, but so far so good. Fingers crossed. On Autotech for 40 plus years, man, I'm telling you what. If I could do high school over again, which obviously I can't because I'm 55, but if I could go back in time, I would have gone 50% to the high school and 50% for vocational. I don't know if auto tech would have been the way I would have gone. I might have gone more like plumbing or maybe even electrical. But the people who have that skill set, man, they could write their own ticket. They could be six-figure tickets. You got to call like 10 plumbers in hopes that 2 of them will call you back, because those guys make big bucks. The entire system is not hard to do and will only run you about 30 bucks. You're right, Scott S. That's true too. The part that I replaced cost me 8 bucks. But if I had to take everything out, it would have taken a little bit longer. But yeah, it's not the money, it's the aggravation. Because like I said, I'm not mechanical. So when I think I have something fixed and then I test it and it still runs, that's when the cursing starts getting out of control. If there was a little jar where you had to put a quarter in for every curse, we all could have gone out to dinner. And my wife works from home now, so she's like, you gotta shut up, man, because like I'm gonna get fired. I'm in a meeting over the phone and we hear you going off on the toilet. It wasn't pretty. But it works now. It works now. And the good thing is we have the same toilet throughout the entire house. So now that I fixed it once, I know I can fix it multiple times if I have to. All right, let's do this, guys. I have 15 rolls left. My back needs a break. Let's check out the 2019-2020s to see if we have a W quarter, and if we don't, we'll go from there. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's go to the scoop. Let's get rid of this guy. All right, let's start off with this ugly San Antonio Mission. Yep, it's ugly, so I'm not even going to look for errors on this one. I'm going to flip it over. The front doesn't look bad. It's a P, so it's a throwback. Another example, it's also a P. Check it for errors real quick. Cross, 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 waves, garbage on the waves, blah, blah, blah. No good there. All right, next, River of No Return. Oops. We talked about this guy before. That's just damage right above the point there, I would think. Flipping on over. It's a P. Looking, looking, looking. Here we go. It's a P. Throw both of those back in. What do we got here? This is the one we want. Not in the condition we want, but this is the quarter you want to look for. American Memorial Park. Hit it. It's a P, thank goodness. If that had been a W, I would have been really upset. And it's a P. Let's go War in the Pacific next. It's a P. It's a P. And it's a P. All right, 2020's coming up. Can we find a die chip on the butterfly? I'm not seeing one. Flipping on over. It's a P. Let's go with this guy next. Marsh Billings. It's a D mint. Getting closer. And it's also a P mint. No good. Let's go with the bats. We'll check them for errors later. I want a dub, a P, a D, another P, another P. Probably 90% of these will be P's. Ooh, bad condition, P. All right, we'll throw that one back. Don't need to look for errors. Look for errors on them later. We have not seen a Where's Farm yet, I don't think, by the way. Here is Salt River Bay. There it is. These, I bet you, are all P's. P, P, P. 3 more to check. P, P, and the last one is a P. See, I knew I should have bet you guys $1. All right, last one. Lowell. Lowell. How lucky will we be, Lowell? Come on. Check the hair real quick. Down to the elbow. To the wheel. To the wheel. To the wheel. Go around the other way. Nothing. Die chip. Die chip. Where are you, die chip? I don't really see one. Cool. Let's go. There it is. P. All right. Guys, how many people do we have in the stream right now? How many people are watching? How many people are watching? And how many likes do we have? Show 9 people watching High Pockets. I just bought a 26 likes. Okay, 8 people watching. Okay, cool. All right, so let me get a little something, and we'll see what we can do for an end of stream. How's that? Oh, my back. Hey. All right, here we go. Let me show you guys what we're gonna play for. Let's get it off here. Let's go back to here. All right, so I have this Goldback. I don't know much about this, so I must have won it off someone. But it says, what does this say? It's a Utah Goldback. That's what it is. So it's a Utah Goldback, and I have a star note. I don't know if you guys can read that serial number. 01708297. It's got some wrinkles in it, but it's a star note. At the very least, it's worth $1, right? The Utah Goldback, I have no idea how much it's worth. Like I said, I won it on someone else's channel. So we'll do those for end of stream today. Something different. Venture lumber and rocks after each stage. I have a 3-pounder. So what is a tumbler used for? Saw on a 6-wheel grinder. These are all like foreign terms to me. Anyway, while you guys talk and chat, let me get a piece of paper. This time I'm going to write down a random state. It will be one of the 50 states. You have to spell out the state. So if it were, say, Pennsylvania, you cannot type in just P and A. You have to type it all out. It's going to be one of the 50 states, so don't do like, I don't know, don't do Hot Springs, you know, one of the America, you know what I'm trying to say. It's one of the 50 states. It's in the United States somewhere. One of the 50 states. It's not a national park, none of those type of quarters. Okay? A state, like New Jersey, but it's not going to be New Jersey. So don't write that. Let's see. All right, here we go. Multiple guesses at the count 5, 4, 3, 2, good luck everyone. 1, you may start guessing now. One of the 50 states. You must spell out the state. Oh, High Pockets is on fire today. Stop. High Pockets has hit again. Stop, please, stop. Let's see if I can, I don't know if that's upside down to you guys. There it is. Colorado was the state. High Pockets has won again. High Pockets, once again, if you could send me an email telling me that you won the end of stream, I will add that to your wallet, which was the silver certificate that you won earlier today. And once again, I'll be mailing out around July 14th or so, give or take a couple days, but it'll be mid-July. And yeah, I want to thank everyone for spending some time with me during today's live stream. Hopefully the live stream is getting a little bit better, maybe not information-wise, because we're not still finding those key errors that I want to show you, but maybe you like the picture of me up in the left corner today. Maybe the picture itself of the coin mat is a little bit better. You know, whatever. I'm up for positive criticism. Please, you cannot offend me. You cannot offend me. You could say, hey, your live stream sucks. I get it. That's why I'm asking you to make it better for me. But I do want to thank you for all your time today. Hopefully you have a great weekend if we don't see each other until next week. But I probably will be on a little bit this weekend. Once again, have a great night, a great weekend. Have a nice July 4th with your family and friends, and see you soon.